Today, we are going to continue our epic build of the vibe-coded app store that we're going to be putting live very, very soon. We're going to use Claude Code for the whole entire thing. We're going to have a ton of fun doing it. I'm going to teach you best practices with Claude Code. I'm going to answer all your questions in the chat. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. We're going to live, laugh, love, and we're going to build cool apps along the way. So do me a favor, pull up, get a bag of popcorn, turn up your volume all the way, get in the chat, say hello to everyone else, get in the replies if you're watching the replay, tell us what you're building on, lock in, and we are going to build some cool apps and have a lot of fun doing it. If you want to watch me build the apps, you can do that. If you want to build while I'm building, you can do that as well, but we're all going to become masters of Claude Code as we go. For those who are just joining the first time, joining the live stream, there's probably a lot of you out there. We've been live streaming now for months. The channel has absolutely exploded in that time. We are now over 50,000 subscribers. So thank you all for doing that. We are building out an app store for vibe-coded apps. So anyone watching can go to this app store, submit the apps they're working on, get it upvoted and downvoted, get discovered, get your first customer, start making tons of money. It's completely free. Hang out with the community, submit discussions. It's not live yet, but we are building it out, and we're going to build it out live today. I'm going to use Claude Code to do it, the greatest AI vibe coding tool on planet Earth. We're going to have tons of fun. You can ask questions in the chat. You can ask questions in the reply section. I'll answer them. We'll laugh. We'll have fun. Some will cry, right? It gets emotional at times. It is what it is. But let's lock in. Let's pull open Claude Code. Let's say hello to everyone hanging out. Listen, I put out 4 to 5 videos a week, super instructional, educational videos on how to use these tools in AI the most. But then also 2 to 3 times a week, I live stream and we hang out, and it's more having fun, right? So we're going to learn and have fun here. If you want the tight instructional videos, those are on the main channel. This is for live streaming. This is for learning and having fun. So make sure you get in the chat. If you're here, you're not in the chat, you're wasting your time. Get in the chat, say hello, tell people what you're working on. I'm going to pull open Claude Code. I'm going to start vibing. We're going to vibe together. It's going to be a blast. Let's see here. Vibe App Store, share. Bada bing, bada boom. We're going to start building. Actually, let me pull open the App Store again, and let's figure out what we want to build next. Let's figure out what the next feature we want to build is. Who we got in here? We got Llama Mama. Love Llama Mama. Shout out Llama Mama. Hope you're doing well, Llama Mama. Good afternoon. Love the tree, says Llama Mama. So I put out my first YouTube video a couple days ago with the Christmas tree in it. First reply is, a Christmas tree? Are you trolling us right now? For those who don't know, every day from November 1st to January 1st is Christmas territory. I don't want any complaints about the Christmas tree, all right? Alex, I waited all day just to come on this channel to tell you one thing, and then I have to go to work. I simply wanted to add a keyboard extension app through Xcode, and I spent 4 hours. Well, did you build it? Oh, there's another follow-up comment. With Cursor, and after an entire sleepless night of trying to make it work, I saw a video at 6 a.m. you made a year ago, and it figured it out in 5 minutes. Michael J. Perlman, who's going to work at what I would guess is a hedge fund, with that headshot that he has as a picture there. I'm glad you're able to build that keyboard extension. What is like a keyboard extension on what? I guess on iOS, since you're using Xcode. Glad you did it, my man. Glad you were able to get it done. Glad the video helped you. Go buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell at that hedge fund and make tons of money, my man. And when you get rich, you make billions of dollars off that hedge fund, make sure to send me about $1 million, all right? We'll call it even at $1 million. Live stream builds are the future. You are first to market in a real way. Love the rants, jokes, and actually useful info, says Slender Morris Furnishings. I appreciate that. And we're going to get into the live build in a second. We're going to build out this app. It's going to be a ton of fun. I got a reply on the replay of my last live stream a few days ago that said this was the least informative coding live stream of all time. Listen, if you don't get it, you can find your way out. We're here. We're building. We're having fun. We're vibing. We're going to make cool apps, and we're going to have fun doing it. What's the point of vibe coding? Every single second needs to be super serious. If you want every single second to be super serious, then watch the mainline channels. Don't come, oh, this is the least informative live stream all the time. Yeah, get the hell out of the club. All right, let's see what we're going to build here. Let's see. I actually have a list of features I want to build out. Let me take a look at that real quick. Let's see this. Let's see this full analytics section for makers so you can see how much traffic you drive. Oh, I think we built the analytics section out already. Let me take that off my list. Publish apps to the App Store directly from CLI. Okay. Let's do some brainstorming with Claude Code. So here's the way the App Store works, right? You can submit your solo built vibe coded apps here. Then you go in and you have the screenshot. You have the about this app. People can ask you questions. People can see the pricing. They can sign up for the trial. They can upvote you. They can upvote your app. They can go to your GitHub. A lot of cool things. I want to make it so you can easily submit your app from like the CLI. So you're like in Claude Code building the app, and then you can like put in a command and it submits your app to my app store. I wonder if that's possible. So we're going to talk to the AI and say builder leaderboard. Show which builders have the most upvotes. We have a leaderboard. Is that based on total? Okay, so we have the leaderboard. I can take that off my list. It shows a second history of the benefits of the using app. 1 second pitch. We got that. Okay. Actually, let's improve the share. I want to make it so people can share their app to X. So what happens when I click X here? What's going to happen? Check out the ultimate AI growth tool. Okay. So it does have the link. So it has a pretty good share. Let's screenshot this. Can it auto make a picture? Can it auto include the screenshot from here? I want it when you share to social media, it auto includes that screenshot. So let's go into Claude Code. I took a screenshot. Kimi K2 is the only AI I've used that makes no error messages and good outputs, except my wallpaper app didn't work. But hey, let's not be choosy. Look good. Yeah, people were hating on me for my Kimi K2 video, where I said, oh, it's like the best model out there. Couple things, people. Couple things. Here's a rant. This was pissing me off earlier. I titled the Kimi K2 video as Kimi K2 thinking's the best model I've ever used. And the first reply I get to that video is, you say every model's the best you've ever used. What, like, imagine being a cheeseburger reviewer and you say every cheeseburger is the greatest cheeseburger you've ever ate. That's the stupidest comment ever. This is a high growth space, high growth technology. I'm not nervous. You're nervous. This is a high growth technology we're doing here, AI. Could you imagine if a company put out an AI model that wasn't the greatest ever? Like, imagine if OpenAI put out Chatgpt 6 and it wasn't better than Chatgpt 5, right? AI is like a high growth space. Every new model that comes out should be the greatest model ever, right? Hamburgers stopped getting innovated 100 years ago. The hamburgers have all been the same for 100 years now. AI models, we're in the high growth innovation stage. Every AI model that comes out should be the best model ever. I'd be more surprised if an AI model came out that wasn't the best model ever. So you should be expecting every title to all my videos be, wow, this is the best model ever. Because why would they release a model if it wasn't their best version yet? It's like, why would Apple release a new iPhone if it wasn't the best iPhone yet? Imagine them releasing the iPhone 18 next year and it's worse than the iPhone 17. That would never happen. So of course it's going to be the best model ever every year. So the people that reply to the videos, oh, why are you saying it's the best model ever? You say every model's the best model ever. Yeah, because we're in a high growth, innovative technology space here. So every model should be the best model ever. And if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. If the innovation annoys you, if the innovation is like, oh, this is too much, every model is the best model ever, then get out of tech, get out of AI. I want every model to be the best ever. I'm going to be shocked if a model comes out and it's not the best ever. I don't think it's coincidental that Sam from OpenAI had a statement about reflective AI this week saying it's going to be a catastrophe. Sam Altman said this week AI is going to be a catastrophe. He said that. Your dedication to these vibe coding live streams for us is making a difference. As Llama Mama with a $5 donation. Llama Mama, thank you. That means a lot. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Thank you. In fact, OpenAI very nearly did that desperately. Tried to bury the model that compared with the top of the line. I think are you guys talking about GPT-5? I think GPT-5 is my favorite model for straight up chatting. Kimi K2 thinking is the best agentic model. ChatGPT-5 is the best chatting model. I accidentally left the heat on. I always turn off the heat during the live streams because my temperature goes up when I'm streaming and ranting, and I've accidentally left it on, so I'm probably going to be sweating pretty profusely during this live stream. Every time Claude updates, it's like Christmas, always better. Yeah, like why would they release an update that isn't the best ever? Of course, every title is going to be this is the best ever. Like, why would any AI company release anything that's not the best ever? Tell these floozies to beat it, Alex. Yeah, get these floozies. What's a floozy? I feel like I shouldn't be saying that. Is that an inappropriate word? I don't know what floozy means, but it feels like I shouldn't be saying it. Go turn off. All right, I've been turning off the heat. 1 second. 1 second. Don't leave. All right, the heat's off. Heat's off, and we grew by 1 viewer while I was turning it off. That's nice. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Let's see here. Let's build this out. All right. So I'm including a screenshot in here. So what were we working on last year? All right. I think we finished that feature. So let's open up a new chat. I always open up a new chat when working on a new feature. Some people do /clear to clear the context. I don't do that. I just open up a new chat. So I can always go back if I need to. I'm going to paste in the screenshot. We are going to make it so that the share functionality in the Vibe Code App Store actually includes a screenshot of the app when you click on share to Twitter. Right now, when you share to social media, Twitter, or we'll just say X, it auto writes a tweet with the link and description. Would it be possible to include the image from the thumbnail of the app in the tweet too? And let's hit enter on this. And so I want to code it so that it includes the screenshot of the app in the share as well. I included a screenshot. I'm putting out a new video tomorrow morning that gives the top 8 tips for using Claude Code. I think I'm calling it 9 months of Claude Code lessons. We have a comment from the Twitch community. We have our first Twitch comment that says, hey, this is a landmark comment because this is the first time I've gotten a comment on Twitch that wasn't a bot advertisement. This is the first time I've ever gotten a comment from Twitch where it wasn't a bot saying like, hey, if you want free viewers, go to this link. So shout out X Pro Panda Plays. Thank you for being the first Twitch commenter I've ever had that wasn't a bot. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. 99% of the community is on YouTube, but stay on Twitch. I'll share the comments from YouTube on the stream so you can see what other people are saying. I just think it'd be cool if I become like a Twitch influencer. So stay over there. Listen, X Pro Panda Plays. Most confusing username ever, but no offense, but stay with me here. It's now your job. I'm now awarding you captain of the Alex Finn Twitch community, the FinFam Twitch community. You're the captain of the FinFam Twitch chapter. It is now your job, X Pro Panda Plays X, to build the Twitch community over there for FinFam. You got to get more people in the FinFam Twitch community. That's on you. Okay, so right now YouTube's the main. I want you building the chapter for Twitch, and I'll pay you well. If you get 1,000 people from Twitch in here, I'm going to make you a very handsomely rich man or woman. I don't know if you might be a woman. So I appreciate first non-bot comment on Twitch. That's amazing. I'm new to vibe coding. It's super cool, isn't it? I think vibe coding is the coolest thing ever. I think vibe coding, I feel like I'm a painter painting art with vibe coding. If you're new to vibe coding, pull up Claude Code right now while we work together. Let's see what we got. I can help you add the thumbnail image to the social media share functionality. Let me explore the code base to understand how the current sharing feature works. So it goes through all the code. I understand what you're looking for. Unfortunately, Twitter's Web Intent API doesn't support including images directly in the URL. However, there are a few approaches we can take. Okay, so X doesn't make this easy, as they make nothing easy. I'm using a different website though, but yeah, thanks. A different website. You're not on Twitch? What are you on? You on like a Twitch fork or something? Possible solutions. Use Twitter cards. The best approach is to add proper open graph and Twitter meta tags to your app detail page. When someone shares the link, Twitter will automatically pull the image from these meta tags. Oh, that sounds like a great solution. Yeah, let's use the recommended solution. So here's the lesson here for people watching at home. Here's the lesson here. Claude is smarter than you. Probably. It's definitely smarter than me. It's definitely smarter than me, right? It may not be smarter. You're in this live stream, so it might not be smarter than you. You're very smart for being here. It's smarter than me, though. And so if you don't know how to do something, this is the biggest blocker for most people when it comes to AI, and this shouldn't be the biggest blocker. The biggest blocker for most people when it comes to AI is they get confused and they go kick rocks. They leave. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm out of here. The AI you're dealing with is the smartest thing on planet Earth ever created. So if you don't know how to do something, I don't know how to include images with the tweets. I don't know how to include images with the tweets. So hey, Claude, how do I include images with the tweets in the app so that when I press share, it includes an image in the tweet? Claude's like, hey, buddy, I got it for you. Use Twitter cards, meta tags, and then explains what meta tags are. That's genius. Now I know next time I'm building an app, oh, I'm going to ask for meta tags. And I just learned something. We learned something today. We all learned something today. So here's the tip I'm giving to you right now. Never let yourself be confused. If you ever not know anything, let yourself be stupid. Ask the AI, hey, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. How do I do this? And it'll explain how to do it. My Fave Tech is new to vibe coding. Well, you came to the right place, My Fave Tech. This is the best live stream on earth. If you're new to vibe coding or you're a vibe coding pro, we're all going to learn something here together. I think it also, oh, I got to turn on the music. People like the music. The music's a fan favorite. Let me turn on the music. Background music, lo-fi. About night driving. Let's try night driving. I like that. I feel like it's a soundtrack to Drive. You guys ever see Drive starring Ryan Gosling? But I think you could also use Claude Code. I'm new to all this stuff. Claude Code's the best. No, I meant the Claude thing. Claude Code's the best. X Pro Panda, play a Pro Panda X. The Rubening from Twitch. Keep it up. Let's build stuff. Rubening is second. We have our second non-bot commenter from Twitch joining us. Rubening, I'm now putting you at co-captain with X Pro Panda, Pro Playa, Pro Panda X. You're now second in command to Pro Panda. It is now your duty to go out there and find more people in the FinFam Twitch community to come here and build with us. You two are in charge of Twitch. What's up, Benson? How you doing, my friend? I'm trying to create tables and relationships in Supabase, and it's getting quite confusing understanding what Claude is doing to build out the relationships. I'm just going to go ahead and trust it, says JJ Allen. JJ Allen, I was just recording a Supabase Claude Code course, like lesson yesterday. Here's the key, JJ Allen. Again, it comes back to a tip I'm going to give over and over and over and over again, which is if you ever get confused, if you ever don't know what's going on, slow down, go to Claude, say, hey, I'm new to Supabase, I'm new to databases, I'm new to tables, I'm new to SQL, I'm new to relationships, right? Explain to me our current schema. How does our current schema work? Explain this to me. What's going on here? What are the different columns? What are the different tables? How do they all relate to each other? Keep it simple for me because I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm JJ Allen. Help me out here, right? Don't be afraid to bounce questions and ideas off of Claude. Don't be afraid to do it. You should be asking tons and tons of questions to Claude. You know what I saw yesterday that really pissed me off? You know what I saw yesterday? It pissed me off. Watch this. I did not like this. I did not like this. Where is it? Y Combinator announced a new company. Here it is. Chat IDE. And it's an IDE like Cursor where every time you send a prompt to the AI, it pops open a video game. It pops open at Plinko, and you can gamble. You can gamble while the AI works. This is the worst idea in history. If you do this, if you use this, you're not allowed in FinFam streams. You're kicked out of the FinFam. You're out of it. If you download this app, Chad IDE, I'm finding you and I'm kicking you out of the club. You're out of FinFam. You're not allowed to watch any more live streams. You're not allowed to watch my YouTube channel. FinFam doesn't play Plinko in between the AI working. FinFam doesn't play Clash Royale while their AI is working. You know what FinFam does when it works? They don't gamble. They don't doom scroll TikTok. Your brain doesn't melt out of your ears. You don't hunt for dopamine hits. When your AI is working, you know what you're doing? Where's my goddamn thing? Can't even pull it open. You know what you're doing? You're talking with an AI. I use Chatgpt desktop app. Share screen. Now I can do it. I talk with Chatgpt desktop app. I say, you're my co-pilot in this app I'm building. Help me think of new features to build. Help me think of new ideas. I'm thinking about picking up meditation. What do I do? Help me out here. And when your AI works, you're chatting with another AI, your co-pilot, your CEO, your product manager, to get even more out of it. You don't use these degenerate IDEs. This is disgusting. Why are we funding this? Why are we funding this? It starts off with a guy smoking a pack of cigarettes. Do we have no shame anymore? Is this app making the world a better place? Should we be getting more people into Plinko? I think the worst thing that happened in this generation is all this sports gambling and every other commercial being DraftKings and FanDuel. It's ruining a generation. I used to watch SportsCenter every morning when I was a kid. I'd turn it on. I'd look for the Red Sox highlights. I'd look for the Celtics highlights, the Patriots highlights. I'd sit there. I listen to Stuart Scott say really funny and interesting things. Now you turn on SportsCenter, it's just DraftKings commercial, ESPN bet commercial, FanDuel commercial. I'd be a sports gambling addict if I was 8-year-old right now. It's disgusting. Do not. The devil's trying to bring you down, baby. The devil's trying to bring you down. Every step of the way, they're trying to bring you down. Do not let it happen. Do not let it happen. Rise above. Be stronger. Rise above the noise, the degeneracy. Gamble, 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 gamble. Dopamine hit, dopamine hit, dopamine hit. Rise above it all, I'm telling you. Don't buy into this. Alex, can you do an episode on how you prompt? The way you talk to AI asking questions, telling you what to do is everything, and you might be surprised how much better you're doing it than others. Michael J. Perlman. So I might have filmed that this morning. I send screenshots of all my live streams and videos to ChatGPT, and I say, how can I improve this? And it keeps saying, sit up more so that your eyes are at the top third. And I keep slouching and not doing that. I filmed a video right before this live stream. My routines on Monday, Wednesday, Friday is I try to film a video before the live stream starts, and then I start the live stream. Because after the live stream, I'm toast. I'm all out of energy. I can't do any more recording. So I record a video right before this. It is called 10 Months of Claude Code Lessons in 15 Minutes is the name of the video. And like 3 of those lessons are on how I keep it simple and talk to the AI. So I probably cover a lot of that in this video. I'm probably putting it out tomorrow. But I could do a dedicated video where I go super in depth in detail. I could. But basically the point of the video, a lot of what I talk about is like, don't listen to the gurus. Like you don't really need to do prompt engineering. Literally just tell the AI exactly what you want as simply as possible. So I don't know. However, I think you mentioned Claude Code isn't great with Supabase. I never mentioned that. Claude Code's spectacular with Supabase. It's quite the opposite. I use GitHub Copilot and have all the models at pretty good limits for premium and no limits for others. How is GitHub Copilot though? I feel like anything Microsoft built is like a year and a half behind, unless I'm crazy. But like, I remember I used GitHub Copilot because it was like the first one out. It came out like before Cursor, and I started using it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of cool. And then Cursor came out. I'm like, oh, GitHub Copilot stinks. It's probably better now. I mean, if it's built by any modern, powered by any modern model, I'm sure it's spectacular. Would be nice to know how to avoid the AI going in circles, says Ben K. In fact, I covered that in the video I recorded this morning. How to avoid the AI going in circles. I'd say, here we go. I got a good idea of how I can do this. I got an answer for you. I got a very specific answer for you, actually. I got a very specific answer for you. Let me pull open the correct window and share it with you so I can share the answer. Not that one. Not that one. Where is it? Claude for web. Where's my prompt eraser window? I like work on 48,000 different apps at the same time. Here we go. Found it. Anyone else building like 20 apps at the same time right now? Here we go. How to avoid having Claude go into circles, or any AI going into error circles, which is a really big issue, Ben K. You need to have the right Claude rules. You need to have the right Claude rules. Sip of water. Always drink water. You need to have the right Claude rules. Here are the Claude rules, Ben K. Here are the Claude rules you need. Now listen, there's no way for me to put this in the chat. The chat doesn't support me putting 100 lines into the chat. So you can do one of two things. You can pause the live stream and just copy it, or better yet, turn on notifications right now. This is the best way to do it if you want these Claude rules. Turn on notifications, because the video I put out tomorrow will have the Claude rules in the description. All 9 of them will be in the description. So you can, the moment that comes out, get it, copy and paste the Claude rules and put it in your app. If you have the right Claude rules, it will stop Claude Code from going in circles. And these are the best 9 Claude Code rules you can possibly have. For those who don't know, if you create a claude.md file inside Visual Studio, these rules, or whatever you put in this claude.md file, will be sent with every prompt you give Claude. So you can basically put in rules that say, do this, don't do this. And it will be included on every prompt, and it will avoid a lot of the issues you're running into. And so here are the rules I have. Think through the problem, find relevant files, and write a plan, right? So I make it slow down and write a plan for every single task it does, like a real to-do list plan. Then it has to, basically, it's almost like another plan mode, but it's for everything it does. You should make a to-do list, run it by me before you make any changes, verify the changes with me. Basically, what I'm doing is having it just slow down. Instead of going just shotgun blasting all the code, slow down, make sure you're looking at relevant context, make sure you're using the right scope. Give me a high level of explanation of every single thing you do, Claude. Every single thing you do, give me a high level explanation. Again, it's sort of about keeping me abreast in the loop of what's going on, but it's also kind of about like slowing it down, just being like, you have to explain everything. Slow down and explain everything to me, because then it makes it slow down and think logically about what it's doing. Here are the big ones. Make every task and code change as simple as possible. We want to avoid making any massive or complex changes. Every change should impact as little as code as possible. Everything is about simplicity. This is the big one. Claude and every other AI model's big issue is a lot of time when it makes changes and fixes, it changes 100 different things, which sends it into loops and errors. We need to avoid that. It needs to touch, every change needs to touch as few lines of code as humanly possible. Do not be lazy, never be lazy. A lot of the error loops you get into is because Claude was really lazy and implemented some sort of short-term fix that doesn't fix the root issue. So in all caps, I say, do not be lazy, never be lazy. If there's a bug, find the root cause and fix it. No temporary fixes. You are a senior developer. Never be lazy. And so that tells it, listen, you can't do temporary fixes. There's so many times where I have an error in my app and it goes and it does some sort of temporary fix, not a real fix, a temporary fix. This says not acceptable. Not acceptable. It has to be a real fix. And then last Claude Code rule. Make all fixes and code changes as simple as humanly possible. It should only impact necessary code relevant to the task and nothing else. It should impact as little code as possible. Your goal is to not introduce any bugs. It's all about simplicity. Ever since I implemented these 9 rules in the Claude Code, I haven't gotten one error. No, I mean, I've gotten errors, but I haven't gotten one error loop, right? I haven't gotten one just error. The Rubening sending a Twitch emoji. I don't know which Twitch emoji that is, but I'm glad we're kind of getting the Twitch vibes in here. We're building a Twitch FinFam community. I love it. Hello, just found you on YouTube and heard you're on Twitch. My favorite text says Frozen Fusion 007. The Twitch community is born. The FinFam Twitch community is born. I've been live streaming for months. For months, every comment from Twitch were bots saying, hey, you want free viewers? Go to this link. We now have 3 people on Twitch commenting. The YouTube, for those on Twitch, I don't know. What's the viewership like on Twitch right now? I got to check. The community is mostly on YouTube, right? We have like 70 people in here. It's mostly YouTube. Let's see here. Oh, I got to log in. It's a pain in the ass. I don't even know what my Twitch login is. But hey, for the people on Twitch, tell me how many people are watching. I'm curious. So what's the best for coding? Says Adam James. Claude Code. What's your workflow for Cursor and Claude Code? Well, I put out a video, I think like 3 or 4 days ago on my Cursor 2.0 workflow. Cursor 2.0 is a great tool. Great update from Cursor. They're moving in the right direction. I still give Claude Code an edge, and I will still continue using Claude Code. But I like where Cursor is going. They do have a very strong plan mode. I just like the output and work I get better from Claude Code. It is what it is. But everyone has their own favorite tool. If you prefer Cursor, that's totally fine. I will not crap on you. Codex, great tool. Will not crap on you if you use Codex. I'm a big OpenAI fan. I like what OpenAI is doing. I think GPT-5 is potentially the greatest model ever. GPT-5 thinking. O3 is probably was my favorite, most revolutionary model I've ever used. Love Chatgpt, OpenAI. Codex is fantastic. For me personally, I prefer Claude Code. Do you have any useful Claude skills you use? Yes, I do, Jonathan Green. All I do is code. Is that your nickname? Like, do people go, oh, hey, Jonathan, AKA all I do is code? Is that your nickname? I do. I actually have a video I put out a couple weeks ago on Claude skills. I think it's performing really well. I think people were really into Claude skills. It has the skills I use in there. I need to take a 3-day break when I started to learn how to deploy and set up my apps. It was a tough learning curve, but I kept pushing. That's what I'm talking about, the neon tangerine. 99% of people, dog, when they run into challenges, they quit. You don't quit, the neon tangerine. You don't quit. I love that. I love it. There's no excuse for people to quit anymore. There's no excuse for people to get confused and quit. There's no excuse. If you get confused and you don't know how to do something, you go to the friggin' AI. You go to the friggin' AI and you say, I don't know how to do this. Explain it to me. And then it explains it to you. There is no excuses anymore to get confused and quit. You have unlimited knowledge at your fingertips for free. Use it. Stop being lazy. 99% of people are quitting when they get confused. Not you. You're in FinFam. If you're watching this live stream right now, you're in FinFam and you're in the top 1%. You're in the top 1% knowledge-wise. We might not be in the top 1% money and richness-wise. One day we will be. We're not there yet. We're working our way there, but we're in the top 1% of knowledge-wise. And the knowledge is what's going to get us the top 1% finance-wise. And what we do is when we get confused and we don't know what the hell we're doing with Claude Code or anything, we go to the AI and we say, hey, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And it explains it to you. We don't get lazy. You know what we are? You know what we are in the Fin fam? Let me tell you what we are. This is the word of the day. You guys ready for the word of the day? This has been the word of the day a few times, but this is, again, the word of the day today. This is the word of the day. You ready? I hope I spell this right, the word of the day. Autodidactic. How do I make this bigger? I guess I could just zoom in. That's your word of the day. All 63 people watching this right now, and however many are on my Twitch. Apparently, I'm a Twitch streamer, a Twitch influencer now. We have a bunch of people in here from Twitch, which is fantastic, glorious. Write this down. Take out your pen and paper. I'm not kidding. Pen, paper, take it out. Take off the cap. Write this down. I'm not kidding. Do it. If you're in FinFam, you do this right now. Write down this word, autodidactic. What this word means is you're able to figure things out on your own. You're able to work independently. You're able to do things on your own. This is the most important skill when it comes to in the AI age, is the ability to be autodidactic. Where's the pen tool in here? There it is. I'm gonna make this red. That's thick. That's what she said, right? Autodidactic. Look at that. Autodidactic. Your ability to work independently on your own. When you run into challenges, when you run into issues, you figure it out on your own. You figure it out on your own, right? When you run into issues, you go, oh, I don't know how to do this. I'm going to go to AI and figure it out. Oh, I don't know how the database works. How does database tables and schemas work? I don't know. I don't understand. You go to AI and say, hey, explain it to me. I don't know how to build out using this API. You go to the AI, explain it to me. Because 99% of people are not autodidactic. They're not. They're not autodidactic. When they run into issues, they quit. They give up. They stop working on the thing. Oh, I'm building this app, but I don't know how to build a landing page. I don't know what text to put on it, what ad copy to put on it. I'm going to give up. And they quit. Oh, I'm building an app and I need to send emails, but I have no idea how to send emails. What email service provider I use? I quit. 99% of people give up and quit. Not you. Not you. You're autodidactic if you're watching this. If you're watching this, you're autodidactic, which means whenever you run into issues, you don't get up, you don't give up, you don't get frustrated. When you run into error circles and error issues and it just goes in circles over and over and over again, you don't give up. You go to the AI, you say, hey, I don't know what the hell is going on. We have an issue here. We need to figure this out. Let's work together and figure this out. So if you're watching this right now, this is the #1 skill set you want to take into 2026. Being autodidactic. Got it? Write that down. Tattoo it to your forehead. Autodidactic. I've been trying to create an Android app and it will not work. Well, Adam James, perfect timing for you to put this comment. What are you going to do about it, bud? Top third, Alex. Top third. I got to keep my eyes on the top third. There we go. What are you going to do about it, Adam James? You're going to be autodidactic. You're going to give up. You're going to roll over like a gazelle being hunted by a lion. He's going to roll over. By the way, OpenAI apparently rolling out GPT 5.1 today. Is that true? Is that true? Oh, it just came out. GPT-5 just came out 3 minutes ago. Do we test it? GPT 5.1 is out. It's a nice upgrade. I particularly like the improvements in instruction following and the adaptive thinking. It's out. 3 minutes ago, it just came out. Do we test it? GPT 5.1 thinking. GPT 5.1. Interesting. No Pro. Pro is still GPT 5. And they put 5 thinking and 5 instant in legacy. I'm about to skip a whole bunch of comments and just go straight to the bottom to see what people are saying about 5.1. Oh my God, you can use Twitch and not YouTube. LOL. We got a 4th Twitch guy in here. This is amazing. Bro, I just got here. I'm trying to get Claude what to build so I can work alongside you. I love that, Jermaine. Build with me. Build with me. That was my first clip. Thanks, Alex. Wow, we have so many people on the Twitch. Do you think it's more valuable to grow an audience on X or YouTube at the moment? It depends. They're 2 very different types of content. X and YouTube. So it depends what type of content you want to make, right? If you like written content, go X. If you like video content, YouTube. I will say this, though. YouTube is the biggest media platform on planet Earth. 2% of all human time is spent on YouTube. So if you can conquer YouTube, you can conquer the world. It's the king of the internet, right? It's the king of the internet. So if you were to build a platform right now and you're into video creation and you can do video creation and you like the art form of video creation, then you got to go YouTube. Because then you can just cross-post everything you do from YouTube to Twitter. But there's some people, like, they enjoy the written form more, so you got to play to your strengths. Then you go X. But at the moment, YouTube is the king of the world. YouTube is the king of the internet. If you conquer YouTube, you conquer everything. YouTube stars are bigger than movie stars right now. So if you conquer YouTube, you're as big as a celebrity. Bigger, if not bigger. Mr. Beast is bigger than almost every actor and actress out there, other than maybe Sydney Sweeney. So, but I do think everyone needs to be creating content. Do we test this out? Do we test this out right now? GPT-5 breaking news. Woo, 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 woo. GPT 5.1 just dropped. GPT 5.1 just dropped. It's out. Let's do some tests. Let's test it out. Let's see how good can I change the title midway through a live stream? Is that possible? Content. How do I change it? Can I change the title of a live stream? Yes, I can. Chatgpt 5.1 just dropped. Testing it live. Save. I hope that doesn't restart the stream. All right, let's see if the audience explodes now. I just changed Chatgpt 5.1 just dropped. Testing it live. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's test it. Let's test it. Sheets.google. We're going to benchmark it. We're going to benchmark Chatgpt 5.1 right now. You guys ready to benchmark it? GPT 5.1. We're benchmarking GPT. Is that what people want? Or you still want to do you still want to do Claude Code? I feel like we got to benchmark GPT 5.1 real quick. Adding autodidactic to all my bios. Good, Courtney Beal. Your reaction about GPT 5.1 was wonderful. Oh, you got to everyone's saying you're testing it. What do you think about Lovable compared to other vibe coding tools? I don't use Lovable. There's 2 classes of vibe coding tools, Benson. There's 2 classes of vibe coding tools. There's the kind of in-depth builders like Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, and then there's the prototyping tools. V0, Lovable, Bolt.new, Google AI Studio, whatever. And they're solid. But at the end of the day, like, they're just building prototypes. So use that as your gateway drug for AI vibe coding, but you really want to get a turn to a pro of like Claude Code. We're getting so many Twitch comments today. I love it. If you're on Twitch, shout out you. Can someone on Twitch comment and let me know how many people are watching on Twitch right now? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. If you're on Twitch right now, comment how many viewers there are on Twitch into the chat so I can see it. Can Supabase fully replace Node.js or Nest if we need to connect fast and handle 5,000 users in 2 to 3 days? Yes. 100%. 12. We got 12 people on Twitch. Let's go, baby. 12 people on Twitch. 12 people on. The next person says 5. I'm gonna go with the guy who said 12. I'm gonna go with the guy who said 12. All right, let's test it out. Let me pull up my benchmarks. Someone asked which benchmarks are we using for ChatGPT 5.1. I feel like I should build like a new thumbnail for this live stream now that we're testing ChatGPT 5.1. So people who see the thumbnail know it's ChatGPT 5.1. Let's do that. So people are asking which ChatGPT 5.1 just dropped. Boom. People are asking which benchmarks I'm using for this test we're about to do. We're about to test ChatGPT 5.1 live. The benchmarks I will be using to test out ChatGPT 5.1 are probably the most trusted benchmarks in the entire world. It's the ones that most people go with when testing any new model. And that is the world famous AlexFinn benchmarks. And what those benchmarks are, as I hit save, are what you can see here. These 4 tests. The first person shooter, an Elon dancing SVG animation, a city fly-through simulator, and a music visualizer. So far, through all these benchmarks, the king of them are Sonnet 4.5. In second place is Opus 4.1. In third place is Kimi K2 Thinking, and then GPT-5 in fourth. And then Sonic, which I think was Grok 4 Fast, and then Grok 4. So let's do it. GPT 5.1, can it dethrone Sonnet 4.5? Let's get into the benchmarks. We have ChatGPT 5.1 Thinking selected. I'm going to pull open my AlexFinn benchmarks prompts. Here we go. First benchmark, the first person shooter test. Build me a 3D first person shooter using Three.js and a single HTML file. Make this game as stylistic, fun, and visually appealing as possible. Add any mechanics, power-ups, and enemies you think will make the game more fun and beautiful. Send. GPT 5.1 Thinking official benchmark test number 1, 3D first person shooter mode. How good can this be? Right now it is trying to upend. Right now it's tied, the first person shooter test, between Kimi K2 Thinking and Sonnet 4.5. Oh, I have 5 viewers and 12 followers on Twitch. I got 12 followers on Twitch. That's huge. And I've never advertised my Twitch once. I've never talked about Twitch before. Advertise. That's all organic. Holy wow, that's getting good on Twitch. We're getting up there. When you interact with an app, that's the front end. And what happens when you interact with your app, that's the back end. The back end is how it does when it goes. Good explanation. Snake game benchmark. No, we have very specific benchmarks here, Murecure. Very specific benchmarks we're using. When you're out there building with AI, ask if it is back-end ready or if it prepares for the back-end deployment. Ask what you need to do to make that happen. Love it. Sonnet 4.5 agent in cursor is amazing. Yeah, I still think Sonnet 4.5 is the best coding model of all time. How to test 5.1 on multi-thread reasoning and processing. I mean, yeah, we could get more advanced. I like these benchmarks though, because I think they're the most visual. They're the most visual and creative. Like AI for me, I'm not trying to see if it's like the smartest. I'm trying to see if it can get the most creative and come up with new novel ideas, right? And so I like these tests because they are very novel and creative and gives it room to be creative. I'll say this. The first AI that builds me a game that isn't cyberpunked blue and purple theme is going to be a huge winner. All right. Let me guess. This is going to be a cyberpunk themed game. Yep. Neon Drift. Cyberpunk themed. Always. These are always cyberpunk theme. AI always makes things blue and purple, neon, cyberpunk. I don't know why. It's very, very annoying. So we have the app. Let me pull open Visual Studio so we can run this code. File, new window. We're going to test GPT 5.1. Open recent. Kimi demo, new Kimi demo. YouTube analyzer, prompt raiser to crypto skin employee by my store. All right, let's do this. Open file or folder. We're going to test this out. We're testing out GPT 5.1. The audience just exploded. We have our largest audience yet. GPT 5. Let me see benchmarks. We have our largest audience yet for the benchmark test, for the GPT-5 benchmark test, GPT-5.1 benchmarks. We are going to run them right now. We're going to see just how good these benchmarks are for GPT 5.1. So right now, what I'm doing right now is I am setting up index.html. We're going to take this code. So we have the code for the first person. This is a 4-part benchmark test. 4-part benchmark test for a first-person shooter game, an Elon dancing animation, a city fly-through simulator, and a music visualizer. Right now, the king of the benchmarks is Sonnet 4.5. Sonnet 4.5 beat 5, 4.1, Grok 4, Sonic, and Kimi K2 Thinking. If you are in here, if you are in the live stream, get into the chat right now, introduce yourself, say hello, buckle in, get some popcorn. We are doing the world-famous benchmark test for GPT 5.1 to see how good this is. Let's go into Visual Studio. For those just joining, this is now the largest live stream on the internet. It has exploded since GPT 5.1 was announced. For those coming in here for the first time, hello, I'm Alex Finn. This is the largest AI channel in the world on YouTube, on Twitch. I'm now a Twitch influencer, apparently, in the world. Welcome in, hit subscribe. We're going to do the benchmarks on GPT 5.1. Buckle in, everyone leave a like. Everyone leave a like to make this the #1 live stream in the entire world. Everyone right now hit like at the bottom, and let's do this benchmark. Let's get into the benchmark. Everyone hit like down below. I paste in the code from GPT 5.1, and what I'm going to do is I am going to GPT 5.1 benchmarks is what I named this as. Where was I? Where I did this? Should reveal in Finder. Okay. Let's test this out. Are you guys ready to see the power of GPT 5.1? We are on step 1. I'm liking the Xmas tree, says Kubo. Yes. STFU and just do it. Don't be so greedy. Don't be so greedy. What are you talking about, Neo Nordstrom? I'm not asking for money. How am I being greedy? I'm not asking for money. I'm asking for likes. It's free. Get out of here, Neo Nordstrom. You're not allowed in the benchmark test. All right. So first benchmark of GPT 5.1. You STFU, Neo Nordstrom. This is my live stream. You get out of here. Hey, I just discovered you through Greg's podcast. Say, funny to see you doing a live stream. Hey, from Norway. What's up, Cezanne Kamali? I like you a lot better than Neo Nordstrom, which is a pseudonym. It's not even the real name, Neo Nordstrom. Get out of here. Thank you, Cezanne. I appreciate you. First test. Test 1 of the world-famous benchmark for GPT 5.1. How good is GPT 5.1? The first test out of 4 is a first-person shooter. How good is this first-person shooter going to be? Let's find out. Neon Drift. Survive in a glowing void of chasing cubes. Collect power orbs, stack buffs, and delete waves of enemies. WASD to move, mouse to look, click to shoot, shift to sprint. I'm going to say this. This is the cleanest menu system yet of any of the ones I've done. Click to start. GPT 5.1. Let's just try this out of curiosity in Chrome. I'm using Chatgpt Atlas. No, it's not working in Chrome either. Let's do this. Let's see if there's any errors. We're going to go back into GPT 5.1 to fix this. I always give 1 to 2. Listen, I always give 1 to 2 tries for the AI to do it. Let's see if there's any errors or bugs or anything. Console type error, failed to yep. It's not using the CDN correctly. A lot of these AIs do not use the CDN correctly for Three.js. Claude seems to do it correctly every single time, but Chatgpt can't. So let's fix this. Getting this error. I think you're probably using the Three.js CDN wrong. Here we go. I paste in the error. It's going to fix it. It's going to fix it. We're going to get a working first-person shooter game in this next try. Grok, for the love of his life, that's the reason why Grok scored so low on the benchmarks. It could not do it. It could not figure it out. No matter how hard even if I gave it code that showed exactly how to use Three.js, it couldn't do it. It refused to figure out how to do it. But ChatGPT, come on, dog. Give me the complete code, please. Just give it to me all at once, baby. Let's go here. All right, I'm going to be very confident this is going to work right here from ChatGPT 5.1. For the record, we're using 5.1 thinking, so maybe I want to be more specific here. I don't use I don't use like the base model. I always use thinking. I think thinking's like, it's not slow at all, and you get better answers. I always use thinking when using ChatGPT. And for the record, I will say this right now. Up until this moment, ChatGPT 5 thinking was my favorite model to chat with, to just have casual brainstorming conversation with. So if this is an improvement on it, I'm going to be very, very blown away. I'm going to be very blown away. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. Is the rating subjective, says Neo Nordstrom, pseudonym, who was just a second ago complaining in the chat. Yes, the rating is subjective, but here's the thing. It's subjective by me. And my subjective opinions are always objective. They're always objectively correct. So technically, I guess, so to speak, it is objective. It is subjective, but it's objective because my subjective opinion is objective, if that makes sense. This is so exciting. Is that a different color scheme? No, it looks like it's going to be blue and purple. All right, let's grab this code. Is it done right in the code? Wow, this is a lot. Okay. I'm going to put this back into Visual Studio. Let me do that. How many lines of code is this? 788. Pretty good. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. You guys ready to run it? Did it fix it? Did it fix it? Reveal and Finder. Did it fix it? Is the question. The question is, did it fix it? The question is, did it fix it? We are about to find out. Here we go. We're working. All right, so we're in like an arena. It's shooting. Oh! I like the explosion animations. Am I outside what are these poles? I kind of like the poles. Again, blue and purple. The lasers are they coming from off the screen? I don't really understand where the lasers are coming from. I do like the explosion animations. Those are probably the finest explosion animations I've seen in any of these benchmark tests. Minimax is cooking for me. Cheap, fast, nice UI. I do like Minimax a lot. I'm building an app with Minimax right now as the API. I do like Minimax. And it's very, very cheap, which is nice. Here's the issue. Couple issues with this. There's no power-ups. Wait, are these the power-ups? These might be the power-ups. Let me see what happens when I touch these. Heal orb, HP topped up. Heal orb, HP topped up. Heal orb, rapid fire, left click to laser everything. I don't know if it's rapid firing though. Is my health going down? Let's see what these other power-ups are. Strafe like a demon, speed boost, strafe. Okay, I am moving a little faster. Rapid fire, click to laser everything. Okay, listen. From a working perspective, this is as clean and as working as it gets. A lot of these apps I do for the first-person shooter test, there's just like broken functionality. There's just like broken functionality where I'll all of a sudden fly off the screen, or like the HP won't go down when I get hit. Like, let me see. Yeah, my HP is going down, right? The waves work well where new waves come in. You can see wave 4 at the top. That's the positives. The negatives are this. There's not a lot of detail. They didn't add a lot of detail. I do like this like chandelier type thing at the top. And I do like these poles, but the enemies are just squares. And the power-ups are just circles. And they don't really spawn in random locations. And they're kind of lame power-ups. They don't give me like shotgun. Like, remember when we did the test last week for Sonnet 4.5? It gave me like shotguns and like pistols and like cool weapons. This is as simple, as basic as it gets. Graphically, blue and purple as always, blue and purple, blue and purple, blue and purple as every other AI. So it's solid. It's solid and it's good. Also, the blobs are falling wherever you are in the arena. That's cool. Yeah, that is cool. Ben K gives it a 10 out of 10. What happens when I die? What's going to happen when I die? You died. Drop back in and try a different buff combo. Okay. Let's go to the benchmarks. GPT 5.1 thinking. This for me is a 6.7. This for me is a 6.7. It's solid. It's good. It works well. It's clean. It doesn't go that extra mile, right? For me, my 1 to 10s, it's not like a lot of time when people rate 1 to 10, they do like 7 is average. So anything that's average, they do 7 out of 10. Not for me. For me, 5 is average. So this is above average because it works well. There's no bugs. It's clean. It looks decent. But it doesn't do anything to go that extra mile. It doesn't do anything to go that extra mile. So for me, this is a 6.7. Yeah, there was no textures or sounds. Sonnet 4.5 had really good sounds. No, it was Kimi. It was Kimi K2 thinking that had really good sounds. Sonnet didn't have any sounds. That's why Kimi got such a high score, was the sounds were really good. Can you test it making a game engine like a simple one? I've always tried it with every single model. None was able to make a very simple one. Could do that. Maybe on a follow-up video I do that. I want to go through these 4 basic benchmarks. All right. So that's test number 1, 6.7. I have it behind Sonnet 4.5. I have it behind Kimi K2. I have it behind Opus. It is an improvement on GPT-5. It is an improvement on GPT-5. All right. Test 2. The Elon dancing animation test. Let me get the prompt. Here we go. New chat. 5.1 thinking, baby. 5.1 thinking. Adding a username switch from Twitch to YouTube. What's going on here? Gemini 3 release? Did Gemini 3 release? No, it didn't. Did Gemini 3 release? They also released GPT 5.1 Instant. Better than 4.0 with EQ and IQ. First chat model to use chain of thought. First, still just as fast as GPT-5 Instant, likely the safest chatbot in the world. Super proud of train this model, is what Aiden McLaughlin tweeted on X. Gemini 3 didn't come out, did it? I placed a $700 bet on Kalshi that Gemini 3 would come out this year. I only placed it on Kalshi because not in Polymarket yet because it's not in America. Gemini 3 is not out. All right, let's do the Elon dancing SVG. Test number 2. Test number 2, Elon dancing animation. How good is the Elon dancing animation? Let's find out. Let's find out. To me, call me old school, call me old fashioned. The days where we get a new GPT model are my most exciting days. Call me old fashioned. I think the days we get the new GPT-5 the new GPT models are the most exciting days. OpenAI started this, right? They made this popular. I like it. I like it when we get new GPT models, which is interesting because they released GPT-5. Did Sonnet 4.5 come out before or after GPT-5? I forget. But we haven't gotten a new Gemini since then. We haven't gotten a new Gemini since GPT-5, so they're lapping Google over here. All right. Do we have all the code? Here we go. No, it's doing it, so it's like, oh, it's so annoying. Why does it do this? Can you put it all as plain text, please? You can't copy and paste it when it has like 3 different formats like this. In Germany, we are still working with Gemini 1.5. Is that true? Germany's still in 1.5? That can't be true. Is that true? What GPT model are you using? What model are you up to in Germany with GPT? There is no way you guys are still on Gemini. Listen. I don't want to tell people what to do, and this could be like a crazy political statement or something. It really isn't. But if your country won't allow you to use the newest AI models and they have you still at Gemini 1.5, bro, they don't want you to win. If your country has you stuck at Gemini 1.5, that's crazy. They're like, no, we don't want our economy to grow or our people to get smarter. That's nuts. I would be protesting in the streets if I was still stuck on Gemini 1.5. That's crazy. All right, let me hit save on this. You guys ready? We're on benchmark number 2, which is the Elon dancing benchmark. Canada has what US has. Good, Canada. Gemini 3 coming out next week based on this. Ha ha ha. I hope so. Hey, Alex, hope you're doing well today. I subscribed today. Thank you, Simpo. Shout out Simpo for subscribing. Welcome to the Fin Fam, Simpo. Love that name, Simpo. Thank you for joining. That really means a lot. No way. How do I zoom in here? Here we go. That's the best one yet. That's the best one yet. Hands down. For those who haven't been following, a big part of the world famous AlexFinn benchmarks is number 2 in Elon dancing SVG. And this has been by far the most weak test for all models we've done through. The highest score is 5.1, which was a tie between Kimi K2 Thinking and Claude Opus 4.1. This is far and away the best Elon dancing animation a model has ever put out. This is far and away the best Elon dancing animation a model has ever put out. We have what appears, first of all the joints and ligaments are connected to Elon, which is a big win. Most of these, the arms and legs fly off to the sides. They go crazy. The arms and legs are all connected to Elon. The details are spectacular. So you have the suit, right? You have the suit with the tie. You even have, this is my favorite part of it all, he has a phone in his hand because he tweets nonstop. It's the little details, and even a shadow. I've never seen a shadow on one of these. $5.1 will nail the Elon Musk test because I think all the big LLM companies are watching your benchmarking videos. 100%. This is the best one yet. Is GPT 5.1 out for everyone or just pro users? I think it's out for everyone. I have the pro membership. I have whatever the $150 one. The face is clearly Elon. This is the best one yet. Now we need a rating. It's definitely above average. So it's definitely going to be the highest score out of all of these. I think it's a 7.2. I'm on the pro tier. I pay the $150 a month or $200 or whatever it is. The unibrow seems a bit personal. That might just be a shot from Sam Altman at Elon right here. By the way, I applied for the XAI hackathon in a few weeks. One of the employees replied and said they'll get me in. So your boy's going to be hacking from XAI headquarters for 24 hours straight in December. Should I live stream it? Should I live stream from the XAI headquarters and while I'm hackathoning live? That's a 7.2. That is far and away the best Elon dancing test ever. Far and away. I should stream from the XAI headquarters. Everyone's saying yes. Hacking with AI. Yeah, of course I'll be using AI. I'll be using probably Claude Code. Unless they release Grok Code, then I'll probably use that just to be appropriate. XAI live stream with the best team in the world, says Matthew. All right, I'll live stream from XAI headquarters. Wow, this was impressive. GPT 5.1, if they allow you to, but I'm doubtful. They'll probably like the exposure. They want people knowing what's going on in XAI, don't they? Maybe Elon will be there, huh? This is the best one. Let's do the next one, city fly-through. So the city fly-through, we've gotten mixed results. We've gotten a wide range of results on the city fly-through. We're making a 3D simulated city fly-through. We've had some fail miserably. Grok 4 just refused to do this correctly. Refused. That got a 0. Then we've had some great ones, like Sonnet 4 or 5. So this is usually the make or break test. This is usually the make or break test. This is usually the make or break test. Let's do it. GPT 5.1 thinking benchmark number 3, 3D city fly-through. 3D city fly-through. Show Elon the dancing SVG. He'll love it. Well, it's made by Sam Altman, so he'll probably hate it. Those two are beefing, man. That sucks. That sucks, those two are beefing. I wish they'd get along. I wish the world's smartest people like each other. That'd be nice. If all the world's smartest people liked each other, wouldn't that be nice? They could like work together and stuff. Could you imagine? I mean, I guess competition's good, right? I guess competition's a good thing. It's kind of the capitalism way to do it. I guess competition's a good, but I don't know. It seems like a distraction. It seems like a distraction. It seems like they're both distracted by the argument. Like, it just seems like a distraction for both of them. I wish they weren't fighting. I like them both. Call me crazy. I like both Sam Altman and Elon. I like people who create very cool things. Is that weird? Is that weird that I like it? I like cool people. I like people who create cool things. All right, so the code's done. This is not a lot of code. This is not a lot of code for this test. I have my concerns right now about this test. But hey, let's see how we go here. Sometimes simple's better. 3D city fly-through simulation. Refresh. Nope. Nope. No errors. We give all the models a second chance, which I feel like I should actually give a bump up in the score because it did it in one shot. I'm going to give it a 7.3. I'm bumping up the score. It did it in one shot. A lot of these models I have to give 2 chances to every single time. So let's go back. That didn't work. The screen is black with just an FPS counter in the top left and nothing else. We'll give it a second chance. This doesn't work. If I'm feeling nice, I'll give it a third chance. If the third chance doesn't work, we're going to have to give it a big fat 0, which would kill its chances of winning. It would kill its chances of winning if this doesn't work out. So Sam Altman, I actually have gotten a DM that tells me Sam does watch these live streams, especially when they release a new model. So I know for a fact, I'm not even kidding. I know for a fact Sam Altman's watching. So if you have anything you want to say to Sam, feel free to get in the chat. Say it now. Sam is probably watching this and tinkering with the model in the background to make sure this works. Yeah, the black screen is because the browser didn't resolve the import 3 module. The whole script bailed and nothing rendered. The FPS is just plain HTML. Here's a non-module CDN-based 3JS. Okay, this will fix it. I know this will fix it. This will be good. You can go in the chat right now and say whatever you want to Sam. He's watching. I do have confirmation from a DM that he watches. And I wouldn't be surprised if Elon watches either. So if you have any message for Elon, feel free to put that in the chat as well. Make sure to say hello. Be nice. There are guests. There are guests, so please be nice to our guests. But I do have confirmation from a Twitter DM that Sam Altman is watching this right now. A lot more code this time around, so that's a good sign. A lot more code this time around. Here we go. All right. Not working. We're going to give it one more chance. I don't want to do it because it has no chance of winning if it doesn't figure this out. It has no chance of winning if it doesn't figure this out. Still blank. Ensure you are using the 3JS CDN correctly. Here is the code from another 3JS game that did work correctly. And I'm going to give it the code from the first person shooter so it knows how to work. This is the last chance. I really do not want to give this a 0. I really do not want to give this a 0. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Let's see what people are saying to Sam and Elon. Hey, Sam, hook us up with a jillion hours of free credits in Codex, says the Modelier. Sam, you got that? Hook Modelier up with a jillion dollars of Codex credits. I'm trying GPT 5.1. It's very good at coding, but it's always gets a compiling error. Yeah, this is frustrating. This is frustrating. This is frustrating. Is it better than 5? Says Show Respect 1337. So far, it is better than 5. The 2 out of the 4 benchmarks we've done so far is significantly better than 5. But we are having trouble on the 3rd benchmark here. We are having trouble on the 3rd benchmark. We are struggling on the 3rd benchmark here. Mr. M Spin says, thank you, Mr. Altman. Huge fan. What a gift we have with these models. Thank you, Mr. Altman. Thank you, Mr. Altman. I have the full pro subscription as well. I feel as though I'm not sure I'm using my entire subscription to its fullest potential. Any tips, says Simpo. Yeah, I would make sure you're using GPT-5 thinking as much as you can. Well, 5.1 thinking now, as much as you can. You have unlimited use of that. Use the thinking model. Take advantage of Codex. I'm going to do a video either later this week or beginning of next, how to use Claude Code and Codex at the same time. They work really well together, actually. Here we go. 3rd chance. 3rd chance. 3rd chance. I hope this works. I'm praying. I want it to work. I want it to work. Still blank. What the hell is going on? This is it. Last chance. If this doesn't work, I have to give it a 0. If this doesn't work, and at the same time while we're doing this, I'm going to open up a second chat. And I'm going to give it the same prompt. Please use the 3JS CDN correctly. If neither of these work, that's it for this benchmark test for GPT 5.1. If this one doesn't work. So let's see what we got here. This is GPT 5. This is going to kill 5.1 in the benchmarks. It really will. It really will. It probably does deserve a fat doo-doo. It gave me undefined variable right away and had plenty of time to think about the context. I mean, this is GPT 5.1's chance. This is ChatGPT's chance to pass Claude in coding. This is their chance to pass Claude in coding. Because up to this point, I've been saying it for months and months and months. Claude's just better at coding. It just is. And now GPT has a legitimate chance to pass it because this is a coding test. So it has a legitimate chance to pass it right here. It has a legit chance. But if it gets a 0 on this test, it has no chance. If it gets a 0 on this test, it has no chance. So let's see. All right. So actually it's getting 2 more chances because we have these 2 chats here. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to paste in the new code. Out of its last 2 chances, it failed on one of them. Now let's go to the other. Did I just pull from this one or that one? Which one did I pull code from? All right, here it is. Last chance. Still blank. What the hell is going on? Your previous blanks mean the JS was crashing before anything rendered. You were seeing the static FPS div. Here's a version that uses the exact theory as your game working. Doesn't rely on extra. All right, copy this whole thing. All right. This is it. It's working. It's working. It's working. We have good news and bad news. Good news is it's working. Bad news is, 1, it looks horrible. And 2, it's completely crippling my computer. My computer is moving as slow as friggin' molasses, as they say back in the day. I have to close it. My computer is going to crash if I keep this, and it's going to end the stream. All right, well, it worked, so it's going to get some sort of score, but unfortunately, it was not good. Did not look good, and it almost crashed my computer to 2.5. That sucks. But at the same time, it was about 2 points higher than the other scores in Elon Dancing. So now it's about even, believe it or not. Now it's about even. We're neck and neck. We're neck and neck going into the last test here. We're neck and neck going into the last benchmark test for GPT 5.1. For those just joining, Chatgpt 5.1 just released. Chatgpt 5.1 just released from Sam Altman. He coded it himself. He wrote the algorithm himself, built it himself. First ever solo built vibe coded model ever. That's why it's called 5.1. The 0.1 represents how Sam Altman solo vibe coded the entire thing himself in Replit. Crazy enough. Built the entire model in Replit. Amazing. We're doing benchmarks. We're doing the benchmarks right now. We're using the world famous AlexFinn benchmarks. We put every new model through this benchmark test. Up until this point, Sonnet 4.5 has been king. Sonnet 4.5 has beat Kimi K2, Sonic, Grok 4, Claude Opus, GPT-5. Sonnet 4.5 is king. GPT 5.1 thinking has been spectacular up until the 3rd benchmark. First 2 benchmarks blew it out of the water. Second one was revolutionary. It revolutionized the benchmarks. 3rd one, the city flythrough, complete failure. Only better than Grok, which just couldn't do anything at all. And Sonic, which I think is just Grok 4 fast. So now we're on to the final benchmark of the test, which is the music visualizer. Before we go into this, leave a like down below. We have 115 people and the live stream's exploded. I hear from sources Sam actually released GPT 5.1 during the live stream just so we can do a live reaction. So thank you, Sam, for that. The stream's exploded since then. Leave a like down below. If this is your first time on the channel, this is the single largest and most popular AI channel on YouTube. This is the single largest and most popular and most watched and most engaged with AI channel on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you turn on notifications. Hypercritical, you do that. I'm dropping we make a lot of videos about Claude Code on here. We make a lot of videos about GPT Codex and all those. So make sure you turn on notifications. Big video dropping tomorrow. Claude Code Masterclass. And also make sure to get in the chat. Get in the chat. Say hello. Chat's very active. We're very active in the Fin Fam. If you're watching this, you're part of the Fin Fam. Welcome to the Fin Fam. Chat's very active. Get in the chat. Say hello. Introduce yourself. say what you're working on. Let's get to the final benchmark here, which is the music. Get on it, bro, says Didier Brown. Don't tell me what to do, Didier Brown. I'll get on it when I want to get on it, Didier Brown. You get on it, Didier Brown. Final test, music visualizer test. We have the AI build a music visualizer and create its own song in the music visualizer. I'm going to go into a new chat. I'm going to pull open. This is big too, because it is neck and neck with Sonnet right now. It is neck and neck with Sonnet right now. Neck and neck. Send. Neck and neck. Working on a piano melody MIDI generator for Ableton. That's awesome, Walking in Style. That's sick. You're building something cool. Welcome to the Fin Fam, Walking in Style. Good to have you. I love it when we have people building cool things in the Fin Fam. Good to have you here. Didier Brown, you're weird. Yeah, you are weird, Didier Brown, coming in here telling me what to do. It's called building up the suspense. It's called building suspense. It's called showmanship, Didier Brown. Get with the picture here. Learned 100% from Alex Finn, Walking in Style X. Love it. Zero programming background. Let's go. What are you building? Using Claude Code, Codex, Replit? What else is out there? Cursor. What are you using? Walking in Style. All right, we're generating the code here. We're moving a little slow. Slow code generation going here from GPT 5.1. Up now we're going faster. I made a chicken coop AI jukebox live stream. This is pretty good, band. Do you have a live stream of your chickens? Do you have a chicken coop and you have a live stream of your chickens? Can I watch your chickens? You forgot to do these tests with Composer. That's a good point. Well, I mean, Landrit. Be honest here for a second. Composer is just, what, GLM? It's just the Chinese model. They just took an open source Chinese model. All respect. Listen, Cursor, do your thing, but let's also be honest here. I love Cursor. Cursor 2 is great. Cursor is my first vibe coding tool. But come on. They released the Cursor model and the Windsurf model the same exact day, and they both thought in Chinese. They both thought in Chinese. How are two companies releasing a model on the same day that perform basically exactly the same, and they both think in Chinese? Come on, what are we doing here? All right, we got the code for the final test here, the final benchmark test. And then you know what we're going to do after this? Before we run this benchmark, we're going to do more tests after this. So I'm going to try to, I know what we're going to do after this. I know what we're going to do. Here, we're going to test GPT 5.1. We're going to complete the benchmarks here. And then what I'm going to do after this, we'll do this together, you and I all together, everyone in the Fin Fam. We're going to plan a project in GPT 5.1 to see for the XAI hackathon I'm going to be a part of in a few weeks. So XAI is doing a hackathon in a few weeks. We're going to plan the app we're going to build for that with GPT 5.1 to see how creative it is. So let's take this code. I'm going to put it into Visual Studio. I'm going to save it. I am going to open this up. I'm going to put this on screen so you can see what we're dealing with here. Start synthwave. Nothing. I think this is the first model to not work on the first try for the synthwave test. I think this is the first model to not work on the first synthwave test. So for those who don't know, this is your first time watching the live stream with FinFam. We're doing our world famous benchmark test. Bro skipped the gym today to stream, says Stephen Eds. Stephen Eds, I'm going to the gym immediately after this. Have you gone? Well, it's past your gym time. You go what, 11 a.m.? I'm going right after this. I'm probably eating an oatmeal and going to the gym right after this, Stephen Eds. Don't you have a kid to take care of? I hope your kid's watching the live stream, Steven. Teach the kid some vibe coding. Get him on the live stream. All right. Let's send a screenshot. GPT 5.1. Steven Eds, you should go on GPT 5 and ask, how do I raise this kid? Here we go. The app loads, but when I hit start synthwave, nothing happens. So I screenshot it. I show them the error. It's going to get to work here. Oh, let's go, Alex. I hope XAI streams it or something. Would be awesome. Should I live stream straight from the XAI headquarters? Should I live stream straight from XAI headquarters? Chatgpt always has to be in top third. Have my eyes up higher in the live stream. Let's do that. I'm slouching too much. All right. It's evaluating it is so hot in this apartment right now. This must be some sort of internal bug because even the most basic models can manage to get these tests. Yeah, this is the first time. I think even Grok got this on one try, the synthwave test, which is unfortunate. Don't skip leg day, says Mr. M Spin. Today's not leg day. Leg day was 2 days ago. Today is back and bicep day. Today we're getting the biceps jacked. We're getting the back jacked. Back jacked. We're getting huge. I hit new record for pull-ups last week. New record for pull-ups last week. 20 pull-ups in a row. That's my new record. We hit 20. And these are full pull-ups. These are full arm extension pull-ups. We hit 20. Pretty good, right? Pretty strong. Your boy doesn't just vibe code. I hate leg days. I walk 4 to 5 miles on leg days. You do? That's impressive. Here's a cleaner, more defensive full rewrite. All right, write a defensive one for me. Here we go. 20 is solid. How much can you do, Ruben? Solid. It's great. It's spectacular. What are you talking about? 20 is great. Thank you, Ani. Thank you for being the one to give me the proper compliments. No way blood can do 20 pull-ups all the way up and down, says Jack T. Jack T, you doubt me? Are you kidding me, Jack T? You don't think I could do 20 pull-ups up and down? You have no idea how athletic I am. Jack T. Get out of here, Jack T. Do it on live stream. I don't have a pull-up bar here. It's in the gym. There's a pull-up bar in the gym. You want me to live stream from the gym? I might just live stream from the gym, Jack T, just to prove you wrong. I did 20 last week. I was stuck at like 13 for years. I was like stuck at 13 for years. And then I really forced myself to up it. And now I got up to 20. All right. I think the code's done here. Let's run. Oh, no, it's still going. Jack T. Get out of here, Jack T. Wow. Now Alex is going to have to live stream from the gym for Jack T. Yeah, Jack T. You don't think I'll live stream from the gym just to show you I can do 20 pull-ups, Jack T? How do you build something with AI and still have that high security on it too? Protection from attackers and so on, says Ostonic. Fantastic question. Ostonic back with the questions. Amazing, amazing question. This is what I do, Ostonic. Anytime I build a major feature, the code's still writing here. Anytime I build a major feature, Ostonic in Claude Code or Codex or whatever the heck people are using nowadays, I always go, hey, check that last feature you just built and make sure it's secure. Make sure it's using tight security and the database has proper row level security, and send that prompt, and do that after every major feature. Say, does this have security best practices after every major feature? Is it weird for me to have GPT 5.1 in Japan today? New models usually release a month later. Good for you. I don't know how to say your name. I'm not even going to, I don't even know where to begin saying your name. Kitty cat profile picture. But that's good. That's awesome. I think it's kind. I mean, I don't like that. Not all countries get it, right? Because it's such an advantage to have the latest AI technology. Was there any errors when I did this? Just out of curiosity. There was an error. All right, well, let's just take this and see if it works. I think all countries should get all the models at the same time because it's such an advantage to have the latest tech. All right, final test. Okay, I gotta share the tab so you can hear the sound. Let me share the tab so you can hear the sound. This is the final test, the final benchmark test. Alex, do you have a Meta Quest? Yes, I do. I have a Meta Quest 3 and an Apple Vision Pro. How do you say your name? Tell me how you say your name. How do I say these two characters? I want to say your name. How do I say it? Put it in phonetically in English so I can say your name. You've now said two interesting things in the chat, but I can't refer to you by your name. So say what your name is in the chat. Sora Nico. Sora Nico. I'm going to write that down. Sora Nico. Sora Nico. Do I have a Quest 3? Yes, I do. I have a Quest 3 and an Apple Vision Pro. What games do you play? What should I be playing, Sora Nico? All right. Let me share the tab so you can hear the sound. This is the final benchmark. We're going to do some other tests, but for the official benchmarking. For the official benchmarking, this is the final official benchmarking. Then we're going to do some other tests right after. All right, here we go. I got to share the tab with the sound so you can hear this. Synthwave visualizer share. All right, let me turn off the music so you can hear this. All right, so we're going to score this a 1 to a 10. When I hit start Synthwave, here's what's going to happen. This was completely written by GPT 5.1. When I hit start Synthwave, we're going to start seeing a music visualizer and we're going to start hearing music. So if you're at home, turn up the volume. New follower, my friend from Amsterdam, and learned a lot from you about Claude Code and built CRM systems with NAM workflows. Just an IT consultant with software developer skills. Thanks, Alex. I've been to Amsterdam. Great place to visit. Great place to visit. All right, here we go. You guys ready? What do we think? What do we think of the visualizer? So you have the 1 to 10. You have to take into account the visuals and the song. How good were the visuals? How good were the song? The musicality is better than most. Maybe all of the others. I agree. I agree. If you want to see what the visuals look like, here's what the visuals look like again. I think musicality-wise, it was the strongest. Is it the best song ever? No, but I feel like it had the most depth in, as Modelier said, musicality. Visual-wise, was it the best? No, but I thought it was really good visual-wise too. I think I'm going pretty strong on it. I think I'm going 8.3. I thought, I mean, is like, am I going to listen to that song on Spotify when I'm in the gym doing 20 pull-ups later? No. But based on the other songs we've gone from these models have been like, this had like, it had like some progression to it. It had some like progression, like, like it had like, it was like actually like a song. Every other model was like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like kind of like gross stuff. And it had like depth to it. It had like the drum and the piano and the synth. All right. We ready? Sum. Oh no, you gotta do equals sum. Here we go. 24.8. And that's sad because here, I'll zoom in. That stinks because if it would have just done all right on the city fly through, like if it would have just done like a 5, just on a 5, straight up 5, it would have won. If it would have done just a straight up 5, it would have won. It would have just a straight up average, just do average. Does just average on city fly through. It beats Sonnet 4.5. It beats Opus 4.1. But instead, it beats GPT-5. So it is a step up. It is an improvement over GPT-5. It does beat Kimi K2 Thinking. So Kimi K2 Thinking's been dethroned after a few days. But it does not beat Sonnet 4.5. I think the 8.3 is def too high because it didn't one shot. The limited model is currently, yeah, I mean, it didn't one shot. You are right, Joe Bob. But I try not to take away too much when it doesn't one shot, because all of them have taken 2 to 3 prompts, other than like Sonnet 4.5, like one shot everything. Bro's going to need a 10 score to listen to do 20 pull-ups. If we ever get a 10 on Music Visualizer, I will do pull-ups on live stream, all 20 of them. Not bad. P.S. Your workflow videos are amazing, Alex. Can't wait to see the new Claude masterclass you create. For me, Claude Code just cooks consistently. No cold food on my plate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Spin. Like, this was good. This was a good benchmark for GB. And we're going to do a lot more in a second with GPT 5.1. This isn't the end of us testing GPT 5.1. This is just the beginning. We're just doing the benchmarking, but we're going to do some tests after this. But Sonnet and Opus, it just worked. There was no frustrations. There was no like, no, you have to use the CDN correctly. Please use this correctly. Like GPT's been struggling with, like, I had to know, use it correctly, please. Like everything took 2 to 3 prompts to get working. I just think Claude just builds the best coding models. But I've been saying this for a long time now. GPT builds the best like chatting models. Like when I just want to chat and brainstorm and cut, which we're going to test in a second. We're going to do that in a second. GPT-5 comes up with the best. I have to take this quarter zip off. Give me literally 3 seconds. I have to take this quarter zip off. All right, there we go. It's too hot. I'm like boiling over here. It's getting hot in this apartment. It's like 80 degrees today in California, even though I have the Christmas tree up. It's snowing where I moved from. It's snowing and cold in New York City where I moved from, and it's like 80 degrees in California. Best decision of my life. If you're living in New York City, I don't know what the hell you're doing. But I feel like companies are releasing general models and coding agent models. I can do 20 pull-ups. No way he does 20 pull-ups, says Sojir Sog. What kind of name is Sojir Sog? I can do 20 pull-ups. I broke my record last week at 20 pull-ups. Google is down right now. Even Gemini isn't working. Why haven't they come out with any models in like 8 months. It's been like 8 months since Gemini 2.5 Pro. Why is it taking so long for 3? 3 better drop this year. I put $700 on Kalshi that Gemini 3 is coming out this year. I got the new Claude Code workflow video coming out tomorrow. I might quickly record and drop a GPT 5.1 video today. What would you guys, if I do a GPT 5.1 video immediately after this live stream, what would you like me to do with it? Would you like me to show you how to code with it? Would you like me to just go over high level how it works, what it does? What are your favorite types of videos I put out when it comes to like specific models? I'm probably going to record one right after this. Listen, GPT-5 thinking is my favorite model to talk to ever, period. Based on tests so far, it looks like 5.1 is pretty good. We're going to do some more tests right now. Thanks for doing the benchmark test right away. Of course, you know the moment new models drop, we'll be benchmarking them on live stream. You know the moment they drop, we'll be benchmarking them on live stream. I wonder if Codex 5.1 comes out this week too. You got to think. I mean, I think just Codex has fallen behind since Sonnet 4.5. You got to think they'll come out with Codex. And I'll make a whole bunch. I haven't made a Codex video in like a month now because there really hasn't been any updates on Codex. But you got to think of Codex updates coming. And when that drops, I'll have 100 videos on that. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for that. Coding and image range. Your videos are becoming too clickbait, says Jack T. So to get this straight, Jack T, you come in here, you say, there's no way I can do 20 pull-ups, and you say it's too clickbait. Well, Jack T, I got some bad news for you. For a person whose videos you don't like, you've spent an awful long time in my live stream, Jack T. So there must be something good about these videos if you're hanging out in the live stream all day, Jack T. Think about it. Full workflow, 5.1 thinking as manager, Claude. Yeah, that's 100% how I use it. So if you guys want the workflow I'm using right now, that's 100% it, Nicholas. Claude Code for coding, and then GPT in the web app to do chatting and like brainstorming and like partner CEO work. Like when Claude Code is cooking, I'll go in and open up GPT-5 and I'll do 5.1 thinking and be like, hey, this is the feature I'm implementing. What should I add to it now? Like, what should I add? What should I build after this? I would like to see a code as social media type app like X. It would be cool if it could with Firebase and stuff. So I'm basically building something like that now. You want to see what I'm building right now? A lot of new people to the live stream right now. I'll show you what we were building out right before things exploded. Right now, we're building out basically a vibe coding social network where you can build out, you can submit your vibe coded apps, upvote and downvote other people's vibe coded apps, and then have discussions. So you can chat about the newest models and like, oh, here's what I'm doing. So there's like a discussion area and a vibe coded app area. It's kind of like a product hunt for solo built vibe coded apps. That's what we build on live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific. And we use Claude Code and other coding tools. So you learn a ton of stuff and it's a lot of fun. How's it compare to GPT 5.0 thinking as a manager? Well, should we test that right now? Let's test that right now. All right, so I'm on GPT 5.1 thinking. Let's test it right now to see how this does. I'm building, oh, actually, let's do this. I'm going to open up Claude Code. I'm going to get the description of what we're building from Claude Code. And then we're going to give it to GPT 5.1 and say, what should we add to this? So let's do this. I'm going to go into Claude Code. Let's open up a new chat. I'm about to start talking to a new AI, and I would like to describe what I'm working on. Can you give me a very brief rundown of this app and the features? So let's do this. Let's get a description from Claude Code on the app and everything we've built out so far. we're going to take this, we're going to give it to GPT 5.1 thinking, and we're going to start bouncing ideas off of it to see how good it is at being a manager, a planner, a discusser, an ideator. How many original ideas can it come up with? How many novel ideas can it discover? How much can it be like a creative partner? Because up until this point, for me, GPT-5 has been the absolute best at this. Over Claude, over Gemini, over everything. I use GPT-5 thinking for this. We're going to see if GPT 5.1 thinking is better. So we did the benchmarks to see how good it is at coding and building and being like building apps. Now we're going to do a test around thinking and creativity and vibes. This is more of the vibe test, which some would argue is actually more important. GPT-5 thinking has been my favorite model ever because of the vibes, because of this, what we're doing right now. So we're going to see if 5.1 keeps it up. Which platform for opinion betting, says Rishab Ahuja? I would do Polymarket if I was allowed to, but it's not allowed in America yet. So I use Kalshi. Kalshi has way less liquidity than Polymarket. Like, you can't even do half the bets on Kalshi because there's no liquidity on half of them. Polymarket has way better liquidity. So if I could do Polymarket, I would, but I can't. So I'm forced to do Kalshi, which doesn't have good liquidity. I bet $700 at like 80% that Gemini 3 comes out this year. I win like $150 or something if it hits. I just don't see there's any way that Google doesn't release Gemini this year. There's no way. I just used the model in the CLI. I used it to check Sonnet 4.5 sometime. Rushed work. LOL. Interesting. All right. We have our description here. Here's a concise overview. Community-driven showcase platform for apps built with Google's. All right. It got the description wrong, but whatever. We'll give it most of this. Let's paste this in. I'm building. Oh, let me share my screen on GPT 5.1. So let's do the vibe test. You guys like the back? I'm always tinkering with the background here and the lighting. What do we think? We like the lighting in the background. I'm always tinkering with it, trying to make it better for you guys. I do it for you guys. I'm building an app right now with Claude Code. I'm going to give you the description of it below. And all of you should be doing this right now with GPT 5.1 as well. You should be using the AI as a creative thinking, creative partner, just like this. Every app you're building, do this. And then when the AI works as it's building the app, go back to this chat and ask it questions and brainstorm and things like that. I'm building an app right now with Claude Code. I'm going to give you the description of it below. Let's brainstorm new and unique ideas for features and functionality that will keep users engaged and retention high. And now I'm going to put in the description. Vibe apps are a purpose community-driven showcase for platform for apps built with AI. Features solo built AI apps, basically a product hunt for solo built vibe coded apps. Then it has my tech stack. App browse search apps. I don't know why I keep saying Gemini. It's so annoying. Apps, upvote, downvote, filter by category, analytics tracking, builder profiles, leaderboard, hackathons, discussions, analytics, engagement. There we go. Okay. Not specifically for Gemini apps. Jesus, come on now. All right, enter. Let's see the vibe. There's a vibe test for Gemini, for Chatgpt 5.1. I also said I like the stream, sir. All right, Jack T. You're giving me mixed. You're like my ex-girlfriends. You're kind of you're gaslighting me a little bit. Oh, you can't do pull-ups, but hey, I like your live streams. Oh, you're clickbait, but hey, I like what you're doing. You're like giving me the runaround here, Jack T. Do you like hanging out here or not? What the Jack T? You really like Alex Kills? I learned something with Eric. Yeah, Jack T. Negative Nancy. Get out of here, Jack T. Sora Nico. Glad to have Sora Nico in here. What are your thoughts about Composer, says Sazan Kamali? I like Composer. Cursor 2.0, great improvement. Composer is a very good model. I will say this, though. I still prefer Sonnet. Yes, Composer is much faster. Composer is the fastest coding model out there. I'd rather have it a little bit slower and write better code, which is what I see from Sonnet 4.5. It just writes better code. And for the record, I'm not being paid by anyone. This is not sponsored. I'm not being paid by anyone. These are my legitimate feelings. A lot of the people that go on Twitter and then say, oh, use this, or oh, use that, they're getting paid by those companies. A spectacular amount of people on Twitter are getting paid and not disclosing it and then giving you their BS opinions that are all corrupted by money. My opinions are not being corrupted by money. Sonnet 4.5 is the best coding model out there. Composer is a very good model. It's faster. It's not as good as Sonnet 4.5. It's also, I said this a little bit earlier, it's a little sus that Composer 1 and Windsurf's model dropped the exact same day, and they perform exactly the same, and they're equally as fast, and they both think in Chinese. I'm not saying like these companies have to disclose when they just take an open source Chinese model and then re-release it under their own name. Like, should that be necessary? I think some people might argue it should be necessary. If you just download GLM1 and then release it under your own name, should you have to disclose to people that it's just an open source model you took from China and re-released on your own? I don't think so, but I think some people would argue it. But I think it's still good. Whether it's open source, stolen from China or not, I still think it's good. I would rather have a slower model that performs better. And for me, Sonnet 4.5 is better. There are people that love it, though. There are people that, the only thing that bothers me sometimes is like, sometimes they'll like tweet out like, oh, I use Composer for coding and GPT-5 Codex for planning. This is clearly the best way to do it. And it's like, no, it's not. And you know it's not. But I guess if you work for the company, like you can just say whatever you want. Who cares? But I don't know. There's just a whole lot of opinions on the internet. People just throw out there and they're biased by many different things. And it's like, if the CEO of Kia comes out and says, oh, the Kia Soul is the fastest car in the world, just the best car ever to drive. It's like, yeah, I guess you're the CEO of Kia, so you could say that. But like, I don't know. What the things I just said will probably piss some people off, but whatever. That's the thing. Like, people say, oh, you just say everything's the best. No, I don't. Did you just hear everything I just said? Just got a new feature built while watching, had some major bugs, and finally got it working. If Google drops unnerfed Gemini 3, it's over for OpenAI. I don't know. We got to see it. Google hasn't dropped anything in a very long time. I mean, they dropped their like video and photo models, which are the best in the world, 100%. Do you really vibe code 12 hours a day? How do you break out your schedule? Do you have time for friends, family, future girlfriend, wife? LOL, says JJ Allen. Yes, I do vibe code 12 hours a day. I do not have kids, so that's nice. I used to spend a tremendous amount of time on Twitter every day because that was my main platform. I don't do that anymore. I don't spend any time on Twitter anymore. I go like once a day just to check the news, and I go a couple times a day just to post my tweet and get out of there. Like I used to reply like 100 times a day and all that. I don't do any of that anymore to save time. So I vibe code 12 hours a day, and YouTube is my focus. So I spend an hour or two every day filming and recording and editing. How do you have times for friends, family, future girlfriend, wife? My family lives in Florida. They moved from New Jersey to Florida, so I don't see them that often. I fly for Thanksgiving and a couple holidays, but they live far away. I'm in California. Future girlfriend, wife. The girlfriend, we hang out at night. I wake up at 6 a.m. I make a coffee. 7 a.m. I start coding. Get off around 8 p.m. or so. We hang out, watch TV, eat dinner. I mean, here's the thing, people. Listen, people hear 12 hours and they go, that's crazy. How do you vibe code 12 hours a day? I don't doom scroll at all. I've completely cut out doom scrolling. I promise you this right now. If you truly become cognizant of your day, if you truly become mindful of your day, and look how you spend every single minute of it. And you write down, here's an exercise for you to do right now. Carry around a little notepad and pen all day. You can do it today, do it tomorrow. Write down everything you do. Some sounds on my computer. There's sounds going off on my computer somehow. Write down everything you do. Like, you go eat, write down made a meal. You go sit down, you're eating, you start scrolling your phone. Write down, I'm eating and scrolling my phone. You go, you're distracted by whatever you're working on. You take out your phone and you start scrolling Instagram for half an hour. Write down, scrolled Instagram for half an hour. I guarantee you, if you do this, and then you look back at your day at the end of the day, you will find at least 3 hours of BS you can cut out. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. 3 hours of scrolling. And like, I'm being serious here. Like, right, if you're on your computer doing work, maybe you're vibe coding, and then the AI is running, and then you go and scroll Twitter for 20 minutes, write that down. Write down, scroll Twitter for 20 minutes while AI was working. If you do this super accurately, I 100% guarantee you, you're going to find at least I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 6 or 7 hours, at least 3 hours of BS wasted time. Scrolling Twitter, scrolling TikTok, watching BS videos on YouTube that are not educational, that are not my videos, right? Doing stupid things on the internet. If you cut those out and you become mindful and you hyper optimize your day, I promise you, you can vibe code 12 hours a day. I promise you. If you cut out all the doom scrolling, all that, I promise you, you can. Guaranteed. Easily. Brother, spot on with time management. I vibe code during set breaks while playing in a band. Yeah, 100% out. 100%. I just tried your flyover benchmark and it came out perfect first try. Can you try it again? 5.1 thinking says Launch Forge. Build an HTML that uses 3JS. Look up and use the absolute newest CDN. All right, should we do it? Should we revisit? I'm going to do something we've never done before. We're going to revisit the city fly-through. I'm going to revisit the city fly-through off of Launch Forge suggestion. I don't think I can give it like a best score based on, like, we have to take into account this is going to take like 5 tries. But listen, if Launch Forge, who's a valued member of the FinFam community, says he figured it out, then we're going to do it. Look up and use the absolute newest CDN for 3JS. All right. Let's do it. We're going to do it. We're going to redo the benchmark, the city fly-through benchmark, because this is what killed GPT 5.1 thinking. It's what killed it and stopped it from being number 1. Why don't you use high thinking? I'm just using average thinking. Just using average thinking. We're just using average. Is there, I don't think can you do high? Oh, here, high thinking. No, we're just doing standard. We have to keep it standard across the board. All right, it's done already. 29 seconds, it finished. 29 seconds, it finished. All right. Open recent. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just opening this up. GPT 5.1 benchmarks. Here we go. All right. This is it. Reveal in Finder. Index. Nope. 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 Didn't work. Didn't work, Launch Forge. Didn't do it. Can't do it. GPT-5 did this easily, right? And I did it. I used your prompt. I'll give it one more chance. You want the one more chance? Let's see. We're redoing the benchmark. We've never redone a benchmark like this before. This is a first time, might be an only time. Just getting a blank screen. Give it to Sonnet and see if it can fix that. Would be hilarious. Love it. Here we go. Great idea. Jamil. Great idea. All right, Sonnet 4.5. Let's take the code. Great idea. Just first of all, okay, so first I'm going to send it, just getting a blank screen when I run it. So first I'm going to send it that. Then I'm going to copy the code. Then I'm going to go to Claude. I'm going to say, hey, I'm building a one file 3D city fly through with another app, AI, using 3JS. But when I run it, I get a blank screen. Please fix. Boom. All right, so here's the test. I mean, this is like a slam dunk moment, like where it could slam dunk. Why is it searching Wikipedia? If OpenAI can't fix this on the 20th try, but Claude fixes it in one try, that's going to be a slam dunk. Here it is. Look, looking at your code, the issue is likely 3JS CDN URL. The version doesn't exist. 3JS uses versions like this. Wow. One try. I mean, we didn't test it yet, so we don't know. Figured that out in 5 seconds. Wow, I told it to make a pickup map of my area using Google Maps, and it's so uncannily wrong and makes me feel very strange. How would it know where you live, though? Not only is it, look at that, not only did it fix the code, but it's running it in the window. I mean, does it look bad? Yes, but that's not Claude's fault. This is ChatGPT's code. It just fixed the CDN thing, which it couldn't fix. One shot. All right, now let's try this. Let's take it even a step further. Okay, great. Thanks for fixing it. The issue is the code it wrote is bad. The city doesn't look good. The camera kind of flies through buildings. Can you make the simulator look way better? Now let's see if it can even improve upon the code. We'll go back here. Yeah, this is broken. The safest way is to use the ES module. I mean, it's literally just lost. It's lost in the sauce. It has zero idea how to fix this. Zero idea. GPT 5.1. I'm going to hit save. Oh, it's still writing the code here. It's lost in the sauce. It's still writing the code from the prompt I gave it 5 minutes ago. Claude's now off to fixing the code that it originally wrote. I don't get why Opus 4.1 is so extensive but dumb. I don't use Opus 4.1. Use Sonnet 4.5. It's better and cheaper. Yeah, GB straight up hallucinated it. That's basically what Claude said. Nope, this answer easy by GLM 4.6. So Imperium, did you put this in GLM as well? What an embarrassing hallucination. Yeah, this is, look at this. I think it's fixing it. I mean, we'll also say this as this is working. This is a coding test. Now, when I originally came up with this benchmarking test, I made it basically all coding because I think coding is logic. And so these models should be able to nail code because it's just logic. All code is logic. Right? All right, here we go. What the hell? See that organized blocks and streets, no more random placement. Downtown district with tall skyscrapers, mid-rise buildings in middle zones, shorter buildings on outskirts, open plaza in the center. It doesn't look that good. I mean, there's like snow. That's cool, but the buildings don't look as good. Let's screenshot this. All of the buildings look like tiny blocks. Oh, and it looks like it has an error too. And also an error. I mean, it was able to fix the error from OpenAI. All right, so let's see here. Copy code. Let's see if it can figure it out. Oh! It figured it out. GPT finally figured it out. It still looks bad. All right, let's see if we can get it to improve. It works now, but the camera just goes through the buildings. So it's hard to see what's happening. Okay, let's see if it can improve it. I mean, I can't change the score. I just can't. This took too long. It took too many tries. It would be unfair to all the models if I gave it a score. I was willing to change the score based on if it could have fixed it off that one more prompt I gave it a second ago, but it couldn't do it. So I can't now 20 prompts in change the score. But we can see if we can make it a little bit better, huh? I think your GPT-5... No, I don't think it's nerfed. I don't know. I just think Claude is just better at coding. And I mean, let's go here. While that's working, let's look at our vibe test we were doing here. Right now, you've basically spec'd product hunt for AI apps. It's fine, but it's not defensible and won't drive real retention. By the way, I have my system prompt for Chatgpt is basically never glaze me, always tell me why my ideas suck. So just so you know, the reason why this starts off with your idea is horrible is I've told it to basically tell me all my ideas suck and never tell me my ideas are great because I don't want it to be like agreeable with me. You need reasons to come back every day as a builder, as a user, as you. Let's design features around those loops, not random fluff. Builder first loops, make it addictive to ship and improve. Build log feed. Turn every app into a mini dev log. Micro updates, 1 to 3 line build log posts. That's a pretty good idea. Auto summaries, daily, weekly AI digest of what changed for followers. Streak badge, days with at least 1 build log up. That's actually a really good idea. That's a really good idea. Almost, so there's like a build feed. So everyone, all the builders you're following, you can see as they update things, the build logs. I got to write that down. That's a really good idea. Build log feed. You get a main social feed of everything people. That's actually a really, really good idea. People have shipped from their build logs. Builders get badges every time. Badges for daily streaks of shipping. Encourages shipping and adds a social feed. Basically, it's building in public. I actually like that idea a lot. Building in public. All right. In-platform release choreography. Turn I push a new feature into a ritual. Ship release button on app. Writes release notes. Attach screenshots. Short tag UX overhaul. Oh, and you can include screenshots and demo videos in the build log. Turn I push a new feature into a ritual. Ship release button on app. Auto blast sends followers notifications, email summary, jumps app up a temporary new release carousel. I like that. When new features ship, it bumps the app up in a new section that's newly updated apps. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Time box, 24-hour window where engagement counts extra towards trending. Every release becomes an event. Builders, I like that. I'm going to be honest. These ideas are some of the best ideas an AI has come up with when I talk about my app. It's actually not even close. It's actually by far the best ideas from a chatting perspective, from a creative partner perspective of any model I've come up. I'm only 2 ideas in. It's by far the best. When you guys ever talk to an LLM about like an app you're building and you're like, give me some ideas for the app. And it's like, gives you just like stupid ideas. Like it just gives you like such AI ideas, right? It gives you, add a feature where when a user does this, there's explosions on the screen. And it's like, that's a stupid idea, right? That a lot of the time when I'm having those conversations with the AI around let me put the music back on so you guys get some more dopamine hits. Night driving, there we go. A lot of the time the ideas kind of stink when I'm bouncing ideas. These are actually good ideas I didn't think of for the Vibe Code App Store. These are actually really good ideas, like really novel, interesting ideas that go back to my original main metric of driving engagement and retention. That's really good. Structured feedback requests, not just comments. Comments are lazy. Make targeted feedback a feature. Builder can create a feedback request with a template. Onboarding clarity is pricing eyes. What's confused? Users answer short, structured questions. Reviewer gets top reviewer XP, public critic profiles. That's another really good idea. Oh, I'm like not in the full zoom in. Nope. Zoom in. That's another really good idea. Performance-based leaderboards, not just votes. Upvotes are trash as a primary metric. Build real performance leaderboards. Integrate, allow apps to send basic events via webhook or JS snippets, signups, DAU. Oh, that's interesting. So have like an API for the platform where when people sign up, it like sends a ping to me and like you can see users getting signed up and has a leaderboard for that. Highest 7-day activation rate, best 30-day retention, most paying users. Builder can keep exact numbers private, but still enter a ranked mode. You store normalized scores. Now builders can care about real usage. That'd be interesting. So if I had like a way to validate like MRR. I think most complaints about GPT-5 was that it wasn't as friendly as 4.0 and not as good to chat to. So maybe that is what they focused on. Fixing 5.1 and coding was not the priority. I liked the way 5 chatted. I didn't like the way 4.0 chatted. I know there was a lot of people that liked the way 4.0 chatted. It was like kind of childish to me. It was like emojis and stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to talk to an adult here. 5 felt like a smart adult that treated me with respect. 5.1, I'm liking it more, I think. Please do a video again. Claude Code for absolute beginners. Thanks. Says Ali Haydar Ozturk, if I said that correctly. Well, good news, Ali Haydar Ozturk. Tomorrow, I'm putting out a video, 9 months of Claude Code lessons in 15 minutes. And I go over a bunch of beginner lessons. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for that. Very important. All 104 people in here, turn on notifications. Very important. Putting out new videos potentially today and tomorrow. So you get alerted the moment it comes out. And do me a favor when I drop those videos. Open it up right away. Leave a like on it. Watch it to the end. Best way to support me. I don't want your money. Go into the video. Leave a like. Watch it to the end. Best way to support me. Launch playbook mode. For new apps, give a built-in launch flow. Fill story, why you built it, problem audience. Step 2, upload demo. Step 3, launch date. Step 4, auto-generated. It gives a bunch of tweets. Launch day page with live visit counter, comment section filtered today, one-click share buttons. Builders stick around because you're not just a directory, you are their launch infrastructure. Okay, so when users build a new app and put it on the store, it gives them like a landing page basically they can share. That's a great idea. When users build an app, they get an automated AI landing page that shows their app screenshots, launch date and time, their story, live visitor counter, comment section, and share buttons. I like that a lot. These are banger ideas. Vibe coding specific differentiators makes this not generic product hunt. Fork this build template clone. Every app can expose how it's built. Stack breakdown, fork this app, links to a starter repo, or at minimum Claude Code prompt pack that generates the core features. Prompt packs prep, save prompts used to build the app. Users can copy them in a Claude Code one click. I love that. Fork this build for templates. When a app is forkable, it has starter prompts in it. I love that. Plus, builders can list their entire tech stack. I like that. So now on the listings page for our app, so like you go into the app, it could also have a section for like tech stack, so you can see what tech stack these apps are built out of. Next.js, TypeScript, Supabase, all that. That'd be sick. That's a sick idea. Build transcript, AI build. Make the process visible, not just artifact. Builders can upload chat transcripts with Claude Code. AI summarize initial idea, key technical decision. Users can read how I built this as a narrative. I don't know. I'm not in love with that. That's a very AI idea. But all the other ones, vibe paths, curated learning tracks with real apps. Turn the app directory into skill paths. First AI SaaS beginner path. I do want to have an educational section in it. Social and status mechanics without cringe gamification. Not a single goofy score. Maker score, impact score, community score, educator score. Support tiny collabs. Builders can form a crew on the app. Dev, design, growth. Crew has shared build log, shared analytics view, public credit. Seasonal, seasons and awards. Run 8 to 12 week seasons. Add the word best UX, best weird tool, solo grinder of the season. That's cool. I like that idea. Have seasons. I'm going to copy that into my list. I like that idea. That's a cool idea. User side hooks, people. All right, so let's say this right now. I'm liking this a lot for Vibes 5.1. Thinking this is great. These are some great, interesting, unique ideas 5.1's come up with. I'm very impressed. This is definitely my new go-to chatting model. Coding wise, it was good. But it fell just behind Claude Sonnet and Claude Opus. Fell just behind. Was just ahead of Kimi K2 thinking, and definitely ahead of GPT-5. It was an improvement, but just behind Sonnet. But vibe-wise, conversation-wise, I'm loving this. This is very good conversational AI and very good unique ideas it's coming up with. Interesting idea on the leaderboards. Yeah, it is very interesting. They launched this model just because Google will launch Gemini 3 soon. I hope they do. GPT-5.1 gave me this. Drop parties. New apps, tracks on creation drop at a set time. Users get notified and can react instantly. Okay, so you get notified when new apps dropped, and then users can just react. That's a good idea. Yes, I am following, and my notification bell is open. And thank you for Claude Code CLI by not web if possible. All right, glad we're of help here, Ali, and glad the videos are helpful. Well, I mean, we will do the benchmarks for 5.1 Codex. We will do the benchmarks for 5.1 Codex. You know that will drop soon. Probably part of like the 25 days of shipping that OpenAI does every time Christmas rolls around. I'm going to have to do more tests. I'm probably going to record a new YouTube video today with a full test of GPT 5.1, full how-to, everything you need to be doing. So make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications for that. When I drop that video later today, make sure to pound it the moment it drops. Go in, leave a like, watch it to the end. That's the best way to support the channel. We usually go 2 hours. We went 2.5 hours today because this was a banger stream. We exploded. Most viewers we've ever had in a stream. So shout out to everyone who's joined. We do live streams every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We live stream Vibe Code. We build stuff together. We laugh. We learn. We learn cool tools. We try out cool tools. We hang out. We have fun. We sign up for each other's apps. We get our first customers. You're part of the Fin Fam. If you're one of the 110 people in here right now, you're part of the Fin Fam. And you get to hang out with us now. You get to try out each other's apps and learn from each other and have fun, which is amazing. So make sure to have the notification on for live streams. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. 11 a.m. Pacific, we hang out. We Vibe Code live. I put out new videos 3 to 4 times a week. You're going to get one tomorrow for sure. Maybe one today. I'm going to film this GPT-5 video shortly. Sign up for the #1 AI newsletter on planet Earth. Link down below in the description. alexfinn.ai/subscribe. #1 AI newsletter on planet. 40,000 people subscribe to that. I hope you guys had fun. If you have any feedback on the live stream, make sure to message me on X. I'm on X at alexfinn. DM me there. I'll take any feedback you got. I'll follow you if you watch the live stream and follow each other. I have 300,000 subs or followers over there. It stinks to end the stream when we have so many people watching, but I can't do this all day. I got to film videos and build stuff. I Vibe Code 12 hours a day. I got to build stuff. This was a blast, though. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific, we vibe. I'm going to film a GPT 5.1 video now, so watch out for that. A few weeks ago, you were bullish on Codex because you're of the ability to launch agents in the cloud cross-platform. Does Claude Code have something similar now, says Sasan Kamali? Yes, Claude launched Claude for Web. I released a video on that yesterday. Yesterday, I launched a Claude for Web video, so make sure to watch that. It covers the cross-platform Claude for Web cloud agents. I also released a newsletter on that this morning as well. I wrote a newsletter. What a time to be alive. This is the most exciting time to be alive ever, Mr. M Spin. If you're watching this right now, whether you're atheist, religious, whatever, believe in God, don't believe in God, thank the heavens right now that we're alive at this. This is the most exciting time to be alive ever. Every other day, we get a brand new revolutionary technology. Every other day. Today, we got GPT 5.1. My tests say it's pretty good at coding, but incredible at chatting and coming up with novel ideas. My tests love the creative thinking. Love it. So be very grateful. Be very grateful for what we got here. This guy is the best about AI news and coding. Thank you, Soggy or Sog. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say. Listen, let's all get rich. Are we all rich right now? No. If you're in the Fin Fam, here's the average person in Fin Fam. Here's the average person that watches these streams. Are you rich? Probably not. We're not rich yet. But we do all the right things. We learn all the newest things when they come out. We use all the newest tools. We use all the newest technologies. We use them to build products. And very, very soon, that will pay dividends. And we're going to make it in the Fin Fam. Right? We sit here. We learn about these apps. We learn about this tech. You use the newest tools the moment they come out. If you're watching this, you're going to use 5.1 the moment this stream ends. You're going to learn it. You're going to start building things with it. And are we rich right now? No. No, we're not. But we're going to build awesome things with this tech. And then that's when the moolah comes in, right? That's when the moolah comes in. Let's build for each other. Positive feed. Yes, we're here to support each other in the Fin Fam. We're here to support each other in the Fin Fam. Agents can't find your trash pickup day. That's true. When agents can start picking up my trash, I'm going to be very happy. I'm going to be very, very happy. I really enjoyed this. Is amazing. This is probably the best live stream yet. Best vibe coding AI live stream yet. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had fun. I'll be back with a new video probably later today. Definitely tomorrow. Live stream again on Friday. It's going to be a blast. I love you all. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Truly from the bottom of my heart, you have helped me build the #1 AI vibe coding channel on all of YouTube. We just crossed 50,000 subscribers. #1 vibe coding channel on all of YouTube. So thank you, thank you, thank you. When I saw 50K yesterday pop up on the screen, I shed a little tear. You all are a part of it. One day when we are at the top of the world, Fin Fam, I'm taking you all with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for investing in yourself. Thank you for using AI. Thank you for getting better. Thank you for using the latest tools. Thank you for improving your life. Thank you for improving my life. Thank you for making this fun. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching the videos. You guys are incredible. I will see you, my new videos today and tomorrow. I will see you at the live stream Friday. You guys are the best. I absolutely love you. Thank you for making this amazing and the most fun thing I do on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Love you. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy 5.1. Enjoy Chatgpt 5.1. See you guys later.